Hi yogis, it's Emma again. So I've got some pranayama for you today. Pranayama is breath work or breath control, or actually it's breath uncontrol. So it's allowing the breath to do all the things that it normally does quite well, and then putting a little bit of extra effort or extra emphasis into certain parts of the breathing. Some of you have already done this, like a 4-7-8 breath, or just even deep, elongated your out breath is all part of pranayama work. So let's get started. It's a very short session today, so it's just something you can do daily. It's also really great for firing up your digestive system, just firing up your whole system. You know, our digestive system is seen as our second brain. You know, that we have to keep it strong and healthy in order to fuel the body, in order to, to keep this sense of gut intelligence. You know, they say trust your gut. We have to look after our gut, and this is just a lovely exercise that we can do. It's great for irritable bowel, it's great for constipation, and I will do a session later on in which we will incorporate this breath, so it's really nice to have it to hand and to practice it, because it's not easy. If you're suffering from hay fever or I've got a cold, still do it. Just have a box of tissues with you, because it is a lot of nasal breathing. And hopefully you can see, it's actually really hard to see on screen. Usually when I teach this in the class, I'm right up close so that I can come and see and hear your breathing. But we're going to raise the breath. What we're going to do is called Kapalabhati breath. Don't worry, I won't ask you to spell that for me. And it's a breath of breathing in and breathing out. It translates as shining skull. When we breathe out, I can't remember if I've mentioned this or not, but when we breathe out, we naturally have this. So the skull and the sacrum have got a special connection. Okay, super special connection, and it has this undulation. You may see it in a sleeping baby, and they move. So when we exhale, the spinal column elongates, which therefore means the erector spinae and the lower muscles of the back elongate as well. And for some people, it's more than others. Just depends on what's going on with the load within that body. So I will just stop talking about all this and get on with it. So what we do is what happens is that we kind of massaging both the sacro cranium release is parts. It is very similar, or within the same neighborhood as this. That shining skull is that we're kind of really working on that kind of lower central cortex of the brain into the central nervous system, all through the spine. The breath is done on the out breath. So for a moment, just take a breathe out through the nose. Lips are gently together. I'm making that funny sound to emphasize it. The lips are gently together, but not squeezed tight. And don't worry about your inhale breath. Now take a breathe out of your nose and pull your belly in, or draw the navel passages or the navel tissue towards the spine. And this is just what happens anyway when we breathe out. When we breathe in, the belly expands. When we breathe out, the belly contracts. When we breathe in, when we breathe out, breathe out through the nose 3 times. And hopefully you can see my belly moving in. I've just moved to a side position so you can see, and I've come up into hero pose, but staying cross-legged if that's easier for you. It's just much easier for you to see what's going on in the belly. I'll also bring my hands there just because I've got a white t-shirt on against a white wall. I could have felt that run through. So we're just going to, first of all, we're going to take, let's take 10 breaths here. So take a deep breath in first. And then as we exhale, keep breathing out. Little breathing out through the nose, so you're trying to blow out a candle. Obviously I can't do this in talk, so just keep going. Nice, and then when you finish, just take a normal rhythmic breath. to really feel. So when we're working through this, we really feel like Uddiyana Band are working. We get this kind of movement like this. And it's like almost an internal massage, which is exactly what it is. We're drawing those internal muscles in towards that digestive tract. I mean, your digestive tract kind of, you know, is huge. Your digestive tract, if you look, it's, you know, twice the size of your brain mass, if not more. And it fills up a whole cavity of the lower. I mean, it fills that cavity up as much as it can. And so this is kind of inducing peristalsis. This is really, and you don't have to go to it really hard. You don't have to breathe out really hard. You can take it really gentle. And it's about that, almost that undulation of the abdominals, worked with the breath, the movement of the diaphragm and the air coming out of the body. And actually with the lips apart and through the nasal passages, a little bit of air comes in anyway. So we're going to build this up. I'm also going to bring the hands into this as well. So as we inhale, and I'm going to bring my arms a little bit higher than my shoulders and bring the thumbs in. If this is too much, just keep your hands by the heart, by your thighs. It might be a little bit too much to begin with, especially if you're new. But if you're not and you've been practicing Kapalabhati for a while, you will find that this is just an extra thing to pop in. We close down the thumbs to keep that energy in, and we let the thumbs close open. The fingers fall over the thumbs. Take a breath in. And then we breathe out. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, take the hands down. So we did 20 there. Now feel free, if you're practicing this on your own, you know what you're doing, to go and do your 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever it is in your practice, and just take the time to do that. I'm going to do 2 more rounds, and then that's going to be it for today, because this is something you can practice in your own time. You don't need to do this tutorial unless you want to watch it again. So we're going to do the same thing again. Inhale. Exhale, draw the thumbs into the palms. Inhale, draw the fingers around the thumbs, and off we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, take the hands down. So it should only be the lower part of your ribs that are moving. Try and keep this right within your pelvis. I'm going to come down onto my buttocks. Try and keep this right within the pelvis, or right within the lower part. The reason being is that just right above into your upper ribs, or into the middle of the ribs, you've got a heart. Your heart's got its own kind of Kapalabhati, its own kind of beating going on its own. So we don't want to interfere with that too much, especially if it becomes part of your daily practice and you're doing, I don't know, 60, 70, 80, 100 of these daily. You can interfere with the system of your heart pumping. That's got its own thing going on. Obviously, that's kind of quite rare, or you have to be doing them pretty strong. But I do want to say that, you know, you do have to look after these things. I have no idea what you're doing, of course, in your own practice. Let's do this again. So we're going to see if we can take 40. Take the inhale, the arms up. Exhale, draw the thumbs in. Inhale, fingers. And off we go. Inhale and exhale. Now feel free, as I said, to continue these in your own time. Hopefully you feel that, maybe you feel a little bit of digestive fire, a little bit of agony in there. Hopefully it feels very, very nice. If not, maybe practice it again, or again, ask me. Send me a little text on my WhatsApp, and I can take you through it one more time. Have fun with it, enjoy it, have a lovely day, and namaste.